They're not necessarily a passive bottom lane. They can temper it. They will change it depending on the matchup, depending on the situation. That's how you can really separate them from the crowd when it comes to these duos.
They're just a very strong duo. When they see the opportunities to get the edges in the matchup, they go for them. But they also do know, especially before when Ning was in the roster, that he's gonna focus a lot more on top and mid just because of the way Rookie and the Shy play. So they don't tend to over-aggress.
Well, it's time for OMG against Invictus Gaming here, and we've got Rookie's signature Nico coming on through in the mid lane. We've already got an invade. Cold barely misses the hook onto Southwind.
And we see Omni Stone on Blitzcrank.
Let's go, Cold. That's what I'm all about. Omni Stone Blitzcrank. I mean, is there any analysis that justifies this?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a very good rune, a very useful rune. Omni Stone, for those who don't know, it is a lot more of a kind of win more rune in lane. We saw it when it first came out. A lot of people were taking it in solo queue on things like the Nico, and on, I think, Twisted Fate it was taken a lot.
Saw some Ezreal as well.
Some Ezreal. So it was something that was really good because of how quickly you can use each rune and get a new one, which would kind of let you stomp lanes even harder. Doesn't really seem like it would fit the Blitzcrank.
No.
Not a big fan, but let's see how OMG utilizes this.
I think, this is my big brain thoughts on the rune. He's going for it so he can play Predator Blitzcrank as well as other types of Blitzcrank. Just use the Predator when it's off cooldown.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Anyway, we've got a contest for this red buff. It's going to be reset. Bear in mind, Cold is here. This is just going to completely slow down both Hacker and Leia.
Well, and on the side of Kiana, she's one of the weakest level 1 champions in the game. She really doesn't get strong until level 3, where she does have her full combo. Her Q by itself, not that strong. Her W by itself obviously doesn't really do much other than you getting an element, which enhances your auto attack. So I like this play out of OMG, but it's kind of getting comical at this point.
Lian is just pure misery at this point, as he knows that Hacker is happy to keep this going.
I would at least like to see IG's bot lane zone SMLZ off the wave and not let him push it freely like they did.
Oh no, what a disaster. Here we go now. Level 2 fight, the Shy, he can be so aggressive on the Ornn, but Curse nearly gets him down.
And if you didn't see the other day, it was IG against Suning. The Shy in the same matchup.
Look at his starting item. He's on the Doran's Blade.
I don't know what to say when we get matchups like this, when we get the Shy. But the other day, he completely abused BuBu in this lane, made it look easy. But today, Curse is saying, hey, I'm not that same type of top laner. I know what I'm doing. I'm strong in the laning phase, and I'm going to pressure you on this Renekton against Ornn.
Yeah. Going for the Doran's Shield, interestingly, on that Renekton up in the top lane. Not matching the Doran's Blade. But it does mean that he wins out the first trade of the game. And importantly, gets some pressure, forces the TP out of the Shy.
I also like the split map play coming out from Hacker, making it very dangerous for Puff and Southwind to play the lane. He also should be able to push it into tower and get the bounce back, even setting up Hacker for, you know, another gank opportunity. But now Curse is going to have to use his TP, so just really aggressive trading coming out of both top laners. We always expect this of the Shy, but maybe Curse wanting to show his stuff against the best.
Yeah, and ultimately, Curse is the one that comes out with an advantage off the back of this, right? Because the Shy, he's teleported back into lane early. He's taken a trade after the TP. Now Curse is going to arrive in lane, full HP and ready to brawl. Uh-oh. Lian, I don't think you're going to get this buff, my friend.
He does have push in both of his lanes, so he feels fine to do this. And Icon is poked down very low.
Rookie's kind of out of mana, though. And I think with Curse nearby, full HP on a Renekton, maybe you just respect this one, but Lian, not going to go for that just yet. Hacker moving up towards the top side of the map. I'm going to try and punish the Shy.
And this is what we talked about for OMG. This is where they typically find their first bloods.
Hacker with super weird pathing. In fact, Curse might just be able to find a solo kill. Forces the flash from the Shy.
Oh!
Curse puts his foot down in the top lane.
Curse looking great. We saw what the Shy can do on this pick. We saw him being very greedy with this Doran's Blade builds, and the Curse not going to let it happen. The Curse. Ooh.
Yeah, he's not going to be BLG. He's not going to be the Curse.
Hey, I feel like he earns that title. He earns a "the" after solo killing the Shy.
Curse walking away quite happily. Rookie actually had to roam up. That gives Icon a chance to head back to base, get some items, and get back to the mid lane without losing too much CS.
True, but Rookie does have the teleport, so he will be able to get back to lane, but Hacker stopping that. Now Rookie has to walk back. He wouldn't have time to recall and TP back to mid. He would lose the wave, so kind of interesting poke coming out from Hacker, who it looked like was going to reset anyway.
It's been such a weird early game coming out. A lot of it because of this Kiana pick from the side of Lien. You can see that Hacker has totally tailored his game around this Kiana pick.
I just can't get over the Omnistone Blitzcrank. I'm sorry. Just seeing Blitzcrank with lethal tempo in the bot lane. Again, we saw the Shy start Doran's Blade, I'm sorry, and we see Cold with lethal tempo.
Welcome to the LPL. That's all I have to say on that one.
This is the 3rd versus 7th place team.
Yeah. The hilarious thing as well is with Omnistone, if you don't use the rune, I think it takes like 40 seconds or something before it actually swaps to another rune. So it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Lian has been found in the wrong jungle right now. Flash comes out from him early, but you don't get to go for this blast cone for free. And Curse denies that completely. Lian gets a little bit of stealth, jumps over the wall. Icon is here as well, though. The whole gang has come to make sure this kill happens. Gifted over to Icon.
We did talk about that this is how Lien likes to play the game. He likes to look for these aggressive invades, really farm it up and look for counter jungle options on the enemy. But when OMG expect it, when their laners are willing to come back, it's great. And Curse looking for this freeze, going to make this extremely hard for the Shy.
This is going to be so difficult for the Shy now. You see them dueling on the top side.
I wonder why it showed us that.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
If we get Cole looking for a rocket grab here in the bottom lane. Just going to be able to knock Puff up. The flash comes on through. Here's Icon as well. It's 1-for-1 so far. Tower shots taken from the side of OMG. Hacker just going way too deep on that one. Still had his flash available as well. Oh, Dominus in the top lane though. The Shy's in trouble. Call of the Forge God. I'm not sure that's going to be enough for you to win this 1v1. But I've been wrong before. Sustained from the Curse. The Shy with nowhere to run. He will be finished off. One more auto will do it. That was a little bit closer than it really should have been, though.
OMG just completely outplaying IG around the map. We did see when Icon went back to the mid lane, it forced Rookie to respond, which gave Icon a window to go down bot with Hacker. Overall, just OMG coming out a lot stronger than we expected.
And also, you know, when you think of IG, you think of strength of the solo lanes. You think of them winning through the lane phase and snowballing into the rest of the game. Both solo laners for OMG have 2 kills already. Both of them in a decent position in these lanes. And that's a bad sign here for IG.
Let's be honest, though, on the side. Doran's, yeah, we need to highlight it. But that's what I'm saying, right? On the side of IG, it is very disrespectful how they're playing with the Shy. Curse.
Oh, went for the wrong one. Pop Blossom gets the double stun, but they're out of tower range, so they will walk away. Although Hacker gets caught by the Tangle Barb. Cold's here. Has the Predator. Didn't use it just yet. Oh, no, he did use it there. Lien gets the buff. Good job, Lien.
Looks like they tried to coordinate that with Cold's roam timing, but had to pull the trigger a bit early. Weren't able to find anything, but still, coming into this game, you wouldn't have expected to see OMG sitting with 4 kills to 1 at 8 minutes.
Southwind's moved up towards the mid lane. You're absolutely right. You wouldn't expect OMG to be the ones with the advantage here. And a lot of it comes down to the draft as well. They drafted strength in the top lane. They drafted this Rumble away from the likes of Rookie.
And they drafted a strong early game jungler as compared to Kiana, who really needs to get a few levels under her before she can start making plays.
The biggest strength on the table right now inside of IG is going to be looking towards Puff and Southwind in the bottom lane. Massive CC chain available for them now that they've hit level 6.
True, they do have kill threat in that bot lane. Lilian going to be hovering around. And an interesting thing, too, is just Cold picking up this Blitzcrank in the Thresh is very good. Blitzcrank being one of the counters to Thresh. Again, he's a very squishy champion. You hook him in, he's easy to kill. Obviously doesn't have any use for his Lantern when he's the one being pulled in. And just, I love the creativity coming out from OMG in their draft. And I also love that they recognize, hey, if we take the strong lanes away from IG, what can IG do? IG are the kind of team, as we saw against E-Star, that even when they're behind, they're just going to kind of ram their head into you.
Cold currently with the phase rush there. Not the most useful rune for him. Let's see what he gets next. Conqueror, also not the most useful rune for him. I don't know. I'm yet to see the value of the Omnistone Blitzcrank.
Let's be honest, there is no value.
Analysis there, ladies and gentlemen. If Lyric says it, I'm willing to believe it.
Hey, I'm waiting for him to kind of prove us differently, right?
Yeah.
Show us a good, useful rune, show us what it does, but I don't know. We're not seeing it. But still,
Not just yet.
going back to what OMG want to do right now, OMG will have a very strong spike at this point in the game. We already see the Haunting guys onto Cold. Of course, you have Renekton, who's a strong lane bully in the early stages. FLICKR also having that red smite already, almost getting towards his Cinder Hulk.
Oh, Searing Charge used by the Shy. Does have his flash available. Cataclysm going to be there to follow it up, though, if the Shy does dodge away from a knockup. Looks like FLICKR deciding better of the situation here. Didn't know where Lien was currently. Southwind looking to make a play. We've seen Southwind roaming up towards his mid lane quite a lot so far this game.
He doesn't really have many options sitting in the bot lane, but...
Hex Flash and Predator, and it's still just going to be denied. Nice ult coming out from
But IG are all heading down. Does look like Rookie and Lien will turn back towards mid lane.
Well, everything going to be deterred there.
Again, I feel like OMG should be a lot more confident about this at this point and look to play more around the Jarvan-Rumble combo that we've seen so many times before in the LPL. Rumble is so strong at this point in the game. Let's see if we can force a Drake, but look at your minimap. Curse is already heading down, and that's what OMG want to do.
Yeah, OMG going to make this Drake happen for themselves. Curse will have his teleport available so he can come down for this play, make sure that they grab the dragon, and then TP up to the top lane if the Shy puts pressure onto the turret. Will be the first Infernal going the way to OMG. And Lien, again, on this slow jungler of the Kiana, not having a presence just yet. Rookie now, the target. Blade of the Rune King. Pop Blossom comes on through, but he's stunned, knocked up, and will be finished off. FLICKR with the kill. And no return for Rookie.
And this is one of the things we just hate seeing out of Rookie. He knew they were there. They were clearing vision, and he still thought, I could play up aggressively. I have Flash, I have W, I have Pop Blossom. We obviously saw that that's not how that works, and now OMG able to threaten this Rift Herald.
This is a great snowball we're seeing coming out from OMG. The Shy wants a fight, though. Looking for FLICKR to start things off. Flashes into the pit, gets knocked up, and just kited out. There's the stun. In goes FLICKR to try and grab himself the Rift Herald. Will be able to do so. Can he get away with his life? Flag and drag available. Icon flashes out the back of the pit. It's daylight robbery here from OMG. They just get a kill and the Herald.
That was really confusing too, because it looked like FLICKR actually smited really early. Almost didn't secure the Herald, but they did. They still end up picking up a kill as well. Of course, Icon still had the equalizer coming out really clutch in that exchange, and Lien going down because of it.
And it's another kill for Curse, importantly. He is absolutely massive on this Renekton. I thought IG were going to commit to the play, but SMLZ dodges away from the death sentence. Puff just going to be able to grab this tower plate, get a bit of poke, and then dash away on the Lantern. Curse going to be moving towards the bottom side of the map now.
Ooh, but we already have...
Another battle. Another battle between these top laners here. Blade of the Rune King comes through once again. The Shy has to back away. Flash forward. Puff dodges it, though. Going to stand on top of the Lantern. Static wave comes out. Cold just going to be finished off.
You know,
imagine if you have Aftershock there.
And yes, and the confusing part of that whole play was he ran up, flashed in, was in auto range to press E, instead blew Q for no reason, and then it was just kind of left like, well, and, you know, we saw how that ended.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Cold. Cold's one of my favorite supports. I love the Blitzcrank. Not a fan of the Omnistone. Not a fan of that play in general.
I don't want to keep harping on the Omnistone. We all know, you know, it's bad, but Cold has showed better plays.
Yeah.
Maybe if they brought back 5, it would mean all the difference.
Maybe. Curse able to deny the recall from the Shy. Lien is on the bottom side of the map right now, but I don't think Curse is scared. He's got his Dominus. I think he'd be willing to 2v1 that, honestly.
FLICKR just going to get some gold onto SMLZ. This does make sense. SMLZ is your late game scaling option. Oh, actually, there's no turret plate, so you're not really going to get gold on him. He gets some gold, though.
Well, he gets the first tower of the game, so he gets a little bit of gold.
First turret, local gold. Local gold.
450 for him.
Yep.
So far, so good for OMG here. And I want to revisit something that was said a lot towards the start of this season about OMG. Because FLICKR came back onto the squad, SMLZ came back onto the squad, and we were talking about how this was kind of like Icon and the gang. Icon was the lead singer, FLICKR and SMLZ, they were the backup dancers, right? That was kind of the story we portrayed. But I feel like this OMG squad, they're changing over time.
It's really not like that anymore. Of course, Icon still being a major carry for this team. But I feel like the other members of this roster have stepped up massively.
Rookie gets a lantern. Cold misses the grab, though. FLICKR will get stunned up under this tower. No, pulls away, but falls anyway, Lian. The answer on the other side. Blooming Burst misses. Now the Shy still wants this 1v1, no matter what. Dominus available. Curse does get knocked on up. Brittle available as well. It's just going to be ult for ult in the bottom lane. Pressure as they go underneath this tower. Icon caught out. Southwind, what a beautiful play.
Great play from Southwind, but really disappointing coming out from OMG. I was just going to point out that Puff has been in the top lane this whole time. That fight where FLICKR just died in mid lane was OMG over-aggressing and losing with man advantage. They don't need to do this. We can see them wait for an objective and use this Jarvan Rumble combo, use Curse's pressure on the Renekton.
Oh, Rookie's here. Curse has been baited out. Very nicely done by the Shy. He knew his team was on the way, and he knew just how much damage he could take.
IG just doing so well, baiting out OMG's aggression and just playing off their mistakes. Again, what we want to see is coordinated team play coming out from OMG. When you have all of this AoE coming from the Rumble, coming from the Jarvan, coming from the Dominus and the Renekton. Dragon coming up right now, would have been great to see them take it slow, take their foot off the gas, kind of set up for the Dragon and look for this big combo that their composition has.
And now it's going to be IG. First ones to the Dragon, but actually, even though Curse is down, Rookie has to recall, didn't have any mana. So they're not just going to have straight up priority for the Dragon. They do still need to set up and reset.
I would like to see IG wait a bit too. As we see, there's no Call of the Forge God, there's no Supreme Display of Talent, there's no The Box. So, again, your team also has so many big wombo combo options, especially when you draft something like the Kiana. It really is about just hitting that one clutch ultimate.
It's interesting as well. Oh, Cold. Just the rocket grab. Takes a bit of punishment right there. I want to point out the Thresh build we're seeing. You mentioned how there's a lot of different first items that you can go on the Thresh. Southwind, big fan of the Redemption, it seems.
Yep, did mention that earlier. Typically, it is Gargoyle Stoneplate, Zeke's Convergence, or the Redemption are kind of the three most common ones. And Southwind, who we do know as more of this kind of protection-oriented support, making sure his small baby Puff can grow into a big, strong AD carry, going for a very supportive build.
Yeah. We've seen Puff grow into a big, strong AD carry many times before. Now Mountain Drake up for grabs. Lien will be able to grab it for himself. Colt takes a huge chunk, and oh my goodness, the CC chain onto FLICKR. Now the slows on the squad, SMLZ. Killer Instinct to keep himself alive. Rookie trying to finish it off. Lien gets a kill onto the likes of Curse. Teleport out from Rookie here. He wants this kill onto SMLZ, and he'll be rewarded for it as well.
I just want to say that's something you would only ever see out of IG, but moving over to OMG, not on the same page.
It was basically like an advanced Hex Splash right there.
Pretty much.
Now the dive as well. Shy gets knocked up though. Cold doing his best to deter the play. Ultimately, the Shy goes down. Very nicely done by Cold to even trade there. Icon does not have Equalizer, but the tower will survive.
Still, IG coming out way ahead. They were behind before. Now they're about a 3K gold advantage out of nowhere when they were the ones losing out. And this is what I love about this iteration of IG. Rookie and the Shy especially just caused so much chaos that Puff benefits so much from just getting the farm objectives, you know, get a bunch of CS. But moving over to this, OMG not on the same page, walking forward aggressively looking for a pick with that Blitzcrank hook. But where is Icon? Icon's not even here, and we've already set up that your big play is Cataclysm into Equalizer. We actually see a pretty decent Equalizer coming out by the time this fight doesn't even matter anymore. And it's like you said, it's more like a
long-range Hex Splash.
Yeah. Well,
Oh dear. Well, the teleport comes through, but they get a kill off of the back of it. And you're absolutely right. Puff, in the meantime, he's happy not to be a part of the majority of this chaos. He's happy to just walk around on the side lanes, get towers for himself, get CS for himself, and scale up towards the later stages. When you look at Varys, you think of him as kind of mid to late game win condition, right? And especially alongside a Kiana that is going to be slower in the early stages. IG played it slow to start off with. And now, as you rightly said, they've been baiting OMG. They've been finding these fights that realistically they shouldn't have been able to get.
And we already see OMG posturing for more, but IG right now in such a good position, playing it very standard, push out the midway first, then move into River and look for Vision as a team. We see Southwind and Lilian doing that very nicely. Rookie also hovering around from the other side, just looking to see if they can set up a play onto the mid lane. But turn your eyes towards bot. Rookie's heading down. Oh, it's actually Lilian. I don't know. It's too confusing when you have a Nico in the game looking at the mini-map.
It really is. The Shy, he's going to find himself a croc. And I don't really think there's much that Curse can do about that one. It's going to be given over to Lien. He needs these kills. He needs to get back into the game. And I think at this point, he very much has. The CS is going to be even. And with the 2 kills and 3 assists, he's very much closed the gap. In fact, he's ahead on XP now over Hacker.
And let's be real here. When you draft things like the Renekton, like the Rumble, like the Blitzcrank, this is a very win more composition. You need to get ahead. You want to stay ahead. Sure, you have this late game scaling option in the Kai'Sa, but the rest of your comp damage-wise, 2-3 items will very much be the same champions as 5-6 items. So we would have liked to see OMG use their advantage earlier, stay ahead, and now you're giving IG so much room to play, especially when you look at that. We've talked about it so much. They have 2 TPs in their comp. OMG only have 1. They could continuously pull OMG across the map.
Yeah.
Move together first and abuse that.
And just look at the CC chain they can pull off as well. You've got roots galore across this team. And not to mention the follow-up knockups coming out from Ornn, from Thresh. There's plenty of ways to shut someone down if they do get caught out of position. And look at the absolute control that IG have over the top half of the map right now.
It's great, too, because like you were talking about earlier with kind of Varus being more of a mid-game AD carry, Nico's very much the same, more of a mid-game kind of AP champion. All of them are going to be obviously buffed up by the Shy, and...
Uh-oh.
I like that. That was good play-by-play.
I mean, what else is there to say? There was no way he was getting out of it. Curse will walk away. And do you know, there's something hard to cast about IG from a play-by-play perspective, because no matter how far behind they get, no matter what happens in the early game, it always feels like they can just flip things on their head. And OMG were miles ahead to start this one off. They were ahead in both of the solo lanes, but it just doesn't seem to matter.
They need to be careful, though. Lilian took so much damage from that Baron, and we do still have a ton of AoE coming out from the side of OMG, but Curse is nowhere around. He's not even TPing over yet.
Aka has been spotted out. Equalizer comes through. You're right. Lien gets very low. Has to smite early on this play. Healed on up, though. Pop Blossom on the back line. It's actually Puff that picks up the Baron in the end. SMLZ falls as well. The team fight is going to go the way of IG Icon. Going to try and flash away, but rooted over the wall. Puff finishes off cold as well for the double. And IG, they get the Baron, and they get 4 kills as a bonus on top. In the meantime, Curse is like, hey man, I got the dragon at least.
OMG, so confusing right there when they're shot calling, they decide they want to contest for this Baron, which I feel like they really could, right? They had all of their ultimates up, they had a ton of AoE. If Curse was there to jump in, it would have been great, but someone on the team decides, hey, let's try to 4-man contest this while Curse solos the dragon. We see how that worked out, and again, out of nowhere, IG come up with a 10k gold lead.
And this is the difficult thing about playing against IG is as soon as they get the tiniest little advantage, it just explodes. The entire game becomes theirs. As soon as you give them 1 inch, they will take far, far more than a mile. And now, as you rightly say, almost 10,000 gold ahead for them. The Shy, happy to walk away in this bottom lane. No one there to punish him. And already at 25 minutes after an early lead for OMG, IG just feel completely in control.
And what we would have loved to see here from OMG is Rumble throw down the equalizer as Curse jumps in with the Dominus and Hacker jumps in with the Cataclysm at the same time. That's obviously not what happened. Equalizer got thrown down super early, looked pretty good. Hacker has to jump in way later, but all the members of IG just able to jump out the pit, win that fight with Curse not around, and making this game look pretty easy when it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, and isn't it just beautiful to see IG doing this as well with picks like the Kiana, like the Nico? Who's playing Kiana jungle anymore? Pretty much everyone else has moved away from that. Puff, though, he's been found and he's been pushed under the turret. Equalizer just in case he flashes. The rest of the squad here, though, Redemption's too late. Stun onto a couple. Puff still picked off.
Not much more to say about that one either.
That's the craziest thing. It felt like maybe he gets out. Hacker goes in. There's another pull, this time onto Rookie, but he goes for a Pop Blossom under the tower. This was not a good idea. That's going to be 3 kills for Rookie. Triple already. Icon's low. Make it a Quadra. Go on. Give him the Penta. Curse, he's going to try and run away from this one. There's the knockup. No, doesn't quite get it. Rookie teleports once again the Hex Splash. And it's a Pentakill for Rookie.
I don't even know how to describe what's going on. Once again, this is a very IG game, just a bunch of shenanigans happening out of nowhere, and IG making it look easy after falling behind.
I think Rookie used to teleport 3 times that game. Twice were just to run people down in the team fights. Pentakill for him on the Nico. And that was all off of OMG's play. Cold pulls him.